Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm doing my very first attempt at art journaling. I've been seeing a lot of videos on art journaling and I thought I would try it. The first thing that I did is I painted some paper black because I really like the look of black paper. I've been seeing a lot of black paper in a lot of other videos and I wanted to try it, but I didn't have any black paper and I couldn't really find any, so I decided to just paint some paper. All I did was I grabbed some cardboard. This is actually some cardboard from the inside of wrapping paper, and all I did was paint it with some acrylic paint. I didn't water down the paint at all so that I wanted it to be as opaque as possible. So I'm using this very random notebook that is completely blank. It's just got blank pages, it's blue, it's got a soft cover, and it's an A5 size. I thought this would be perfect just because it's got the blank pages. The first layout that I did is a cover page. I thought I would do a cover page because I wanted to do a 2-page spread and I didn't want to do that on the very first spread, so I decided to just do a quick cover page just to get warmed up. And I cut up some of my newly painted black paper. I also tore some more of that brown paper and I lay it all out on the first page. I also stuck the very first page to the blue page that you see because I didn't want to have it, because it's kind of attached to it and I didn't want to use that as my cover page. Use the brown paper as a background for the black paper, and then on top of that I cut out the numbers 2020 because this is my 2020 art journal. Cut them out of this glitter wrapping paper. I got one of my Christmas presents wrapped in this paper from my sister, so as soon as I saw it I knew I had to keep it and use it for something. So at first I traced the letters on the top of the glitter, but once I cut it out I didn't like how it looked because you could still see the pencil outline. So I traced the number 2 sort of mirrored on the back of the paper, and then I cut it out and I liked it a lot better. It's still a bit jagged and not very clean, but I like it anyway because my idea for this page is just to be very simple. Then I cut out another little piece of black paper and I put that at the bottom to kind of balance out the layout, and I wrote my name on there, Sia. Then I thought it looked a little bit plain still, so I needed a little bit something extra. So I added a few stars with white acrylic paint, and I really like how it's going over the black and the brown. And then at the very end I added some black stars to the white section. I really like how it looks to have like a mirrored look. In the end I think it was pretty easy, pretty simple, and I really like how it turned out. I didn't want it to be too in your face, so I like how it turned out. It's good. Okay, so now this is my first proper official art journaling spread, and I've wanted to do this for a while, but I didn't know what I wanted to do because there are no rules to art journaling, and I think that's what's so intimidating about it because you don't really know what to do or where to start, and for me I always need a starting point to create something. So what I did is I just looked up different how to art journal stuff on Pinterest and on Instagram, and I ended up stumbling upon this advice to cut out words from a magazine and rearrange them to make a poem. Now, I'm not a poet, and I don't think that I'm very good at putting words together, which is funny for me to say because I do love to read and write. So, but yeah, it's true. I'm not very good at I'm not very good at the words, clearly. Anyway, so I went through a magazine and I just cut out images that I found appealing. I tried to sort of keep in the same color palette, although I didn't really try too hard. I feel like when you're doing something like this and you're looking for images, you just need to sort of switch off and try and let your instincts guide you. So that's what I did, and I ended up with a few clippings from this random magazine. So I started off with doing a light wash of more acrylic paint over the paper, and then I stuck in another part of the brown paper that I had, and then I also had this paint chip thing, like a paint sample, and I thought that would be cool to add in to kind of bring in some other colors. And so my idea was to create kind of like a background for these quote-unquote poems. Obviously they're not really poems, they're just, I just rearranged the words to kind of make sense or make a sort of sentence, and I thought that that was interesting because it kind of, to me, is, this is a kind of expression, and it's not really, it doesn't really have to mean anything, it just sort of is an expression of what I would like to create, which is very vague, but that it is what it is. It was actually, once I got into it and once I was creating it and collaging and pasting things down, I really had fun. I think the big thing that stopped me or was a bit difficult was in the very beginning when I didn't know where to start or what to do, and once I actually started, it was really fun and it was really interesting, and I just rearranged stuff and stuck it down and painted, and then I drew over the top and rearranged the words. And again, it doesn't have to really mean anything. I mean, it can mean something. You can read some meaning into it. Like, in the end, I created this, on the one side, I created a sort of sentence that says, "the soft, timeless treasures," and that could mean anything. It could mean the flowers that I have here, or it means the books that I have that I'm going to add in the corner. It could mean, the colors. It could mean anything. And then on the other side, I put a sentence that reads, "my most important energy is thanks." And I added in the is because I didn't have an is that I cut out. And that is, it's just a sentence that just means, be thankful, and it's important to be thankful, and, that's a nice thing to remember. So I put that there, and I really like the way that the flower petals and everything works together. And so yeah, I added in with my black felt tip pen, I just added in some flowers. I felt like it was a bit bare in the middle, so I added in a little bit of that gold wrapping paper. The next time I do this, I really hope that I have a glue tape, because I used normal stick glue for everything, and I feel like I don't like the way that it sort of warps the paper because it is wet. So I would prefer to use something like that. I did use some glue dots for the paint chip, and I really like the way that that sort of stuck, because I thought it wouldn't stick with just the glue stick. So yeah, I really like how it turned out. It was my very first time trying art journaling, and if you're the same as me and you like this sort of thing, but you don't really know where to start, or you're not really sure, what theme to do, or what it should mean, or what it should refer to, then I really recommend that you literally look for images. If you don't have a magazine, just look through images on Pinterest or something and print them out, cut them up, paste them in. It doesn't have to be too deep, and rearrange things the way that you think it looks good. And once you kind of find your rhythm and you figure it out, it'll be a lot easier. And if your first layout doesn't look that good, again, it doesn't really matter. You can turn the page and make something else. So that is it. That is my very first attempt at art journaling. I really like how it turned out. I had a lot of fun and I'm definitely going to do this again. I actually did this at my mom's house when I was on holidays, so I didn't have all the stationery and all my big collection of things, of washi tape and stickers that I have at my house, so I'm really looking forward to trying this again with a lot more resources. So let me know in the comments if you enjoyed this, if you want to see more videos like this, and also let me know if you tried art journaling before, if you want to art journal. I think this will be a nice thing to do in 2020 as a complement to my bullet journaling and other hobbies. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!